All right, when most people get cars that wants to modify them, that want to tune them, the first thing they think of, oh, let me get an intake, let me get an exhaust, let me get a turbo, let me get bigger fuel injectors, let me get new calipers, new rotors, all this stuff. But a lot of people forget about the number one thing you should do when you get a car that you want to tune. You always talk about stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, all that whatnot, but what about stage 0? And in this video, we're gonna talk about what is stage 0, what's the stage 0 things I need to work on my car, and how they work, what you should look for, how you should look for it. But without further more, this is Zay from KZ Motorsports. All right, so the main question is, Zay, what is stage 0? Stage 0 is basically when you first get the car, and it's basically like the maintenance phase, like getting the service, seeing what's wrong with it. They brakes need to get
No,
God. Stage 0 is the phase when you first get your car in whatever condition that it's in, and you basically fixing it up way before you even think about putting modifications or anything that give it power or stuff like that. Examples of stage 0 would be like maintenance, checking for leaks, checking for leaks in the tires, checking the brakes, checking brake fluid, checking transmission fluid, oil levels, coolant, washer fluid, just a little bit of all fluids, everything that makes you stop and go and roll and safety stuff. On top of that, the main part, the engine, like just looking for stuff like that. That is what a lot of stage 0 contain of, but it's also a lot more. You have the suspension, you have the drivetrain, you have the exhaust, you have the catalytic converter, especially on older cars like mine. Like mine is a 2006, it's 2020, it's 2026, yes. 20 whole years. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. The real question is, ladies and gentlemen, Zay, what have you done on your car to be stage 0? All right, so first things first, Zay, what things did you do to your car in the stage 0 phase? Well, personally, I'm not even done with the stage 0 phase. It's a lot of stuff on this car, right? So you're probably also asking, Zay, well, how did you find out all this stuff? Me personally, now, you don't have to do this. I'm still like a baby when it comes down to working on cars. So I'd rather take it to someone that knows a lot more than I do. So what I did, I just took it to my local dealership. I'm not finna shout them out because I used to work there, and they fired me. They freaking fired. So basically, I took it to my local dealership. I have a Mitsubishi, so I took it to a Mitsubishi dealership because one, they got parts and they got all the stuff that I would probably need. Let's just be honest. But if you have a certain car, like a Kia, you take it to Kia. You have a Honda, take it to Honda. If you don't know as much as their techs and their mechanics do. So I took mine to my local dealership and I had it serviced. I already had the car serviced. I had tires rotated, even though I needed new tires. But and I also got everything filled up on it. I got everything on that scale done, like fluids. But I also learned a lot because, like I said, I used to work there, so I went in the back. Of course I did. Let's be honest. So come down here with me. Come over here. All right. So number one thing I learned, I don't know if you guys can see, but right here, my washer hose is broken. I don't know if you guys can see, but the hose to my wash pump, the rear wash pump, is broken. And I have no washer fluid in here. See, it's completely severed to the washer reservoir. So that's really like hella unfortunate. Like I was watching him put it in, I'm like, damn, that's a lot of washer fluid. And we both looked at it and I'm like, oh. So stuff like that. Even though like I can live without washer fluid, I mean, but still you still want to have it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a prime example. Secondary example, look at the paint. Still sun damaged, chipped, everything under the sun, literally. Tires. So I already got new tires from Phantom HRX because they fit for right now. And I got some new tires, new lug nuts too, because the old ones sucked garbage. But now, they told me, not these tires, but the old tires that I had, they said, hey, you know, you're gonna need new tires. So basically, once you get to that point where they're like communicating with you, telling you like, hey, you need this, you need that, you probably should listen if you don't know as much. Let's go to the rear, right? We're gonna come to the rear. We're gonna look at these brakes. The brake pads are dang, you probably can't see it because of the rims. And I wish I had my stuff with me to take all that stuff off so you can see. But there is no brake pad. Like literally, like the brake pad is probably like this. It's like that thin. So gotta get that checked. Well, fixed, but I'm just gonna do that myself, and I'm just gonna change all the brakes. Rotors, a lot of rust, a lot of dust, brake dust, all that whatnot. And eventually I do want to change the calipers or at least paint them, but that's a whole nother story for another video. If you look at this brake pad right here, it's damn near 0 to none. Like both the rear brakes are damn near gone. So yeah, you see that jump?
Hell yeah.
So like, now imagine looking at it on the other side. Total hot boo boo. So something that's very important to look out for: leaks. Leaks could be the death of your vehicle in every form. So, bad news. Bad news is, well, the good news is the car drives and it works. Bad news is we got a leak. R.I.P. Asahi. That's her name, by the way. Her name's Asa. Well, it was Asahina, and it was named after my like very favorite anime of all time. But I was like, nah, Asahina's kind of crazy. Let's do Asahi. So you're gonna look down here, and you can see the valve cover gasket oil leaking, and you can see it a whole lot better from the back. Pause. So yeah, that's a little that's a little disappointing when I found that out. But lucky for me, I can find the valve cover gasket. But it was they wanted me to to put a new valve cover on it as well, but those are discontinued. I mean, look, I drive a 2006 Mitsubishi Eclipse. There are some parts that are discontinued that I can probably find, like on somewhere like Rock Auto, because that's how I find my door handle, which we're gonna get to in a minute. But for under the hood, outside of the washer reservoir and the rear wash pump, the engine valve cover gasket is leaking. So I gotta buy another one, which I'm actually getting that fixed in like 2 weeks. Like not this week, but next week. I'm getting that fixed next week. So yeah, so that won't be too much of an issue anymore. And I would have done it myself, but right now your boy don't even have like the proper tools. So I'm just paying someone else to do that stuff right now, which I don't have a problem with. I'm not rich, by the way, so don't even think that. One of the most important things is at night. Driving at night, right? Now, there's typically nothing wrong with the front headlights. I'm just going to change them so they're a lot brighter, like LED. I think LED, but I want the black halo projector ones. But we're not really gonna worry about that right now because it's not really all that important. Now come to the back. It's not really all that important in the front. But the rear, you need tail lights. One, oh shit. Damn, that's really embarrassing.
Don't cut that out.
I'm not. So, with a rear tail light. One, it's cracked. That's one, it's cracked. You can see all that condensation and all the water drops in there. It's cracked. That's one. Two, tail light, like the brake light works, but the reverse light doesn't, if that makes sense. So at night when I'm driving, you only see that tail light on. You don't see this tail light on unless like I brake. Then you will see it on, which is bad because you need a tail light and I could get pulled over. Knock on wood that I don't. Tap on the trailer there. And I can get pulled over and get a ticket. because one of my taillights out. So, but I found out through going to a mechanic, it's not even the dang light, it's the entire assembly. So this whole light has to get changed, which I don't mind doing because I believe they got like something that's just plug and play. So I'm not really like too worried about it. Even if they don't, I'll probably just get another one and just have someone else do it for me. And I talked about this in my last video, right? It opens for right now, right? But take a squat here. So you can see that this little cap is, if I can get it, you can see that this little cap has a nail in it and that I can open and close it. So what I learned is the reason why my door handle was, when I locked it, it wasn't opening. It's because the inside door panel, the inside door handle is broken. Like the bitch is broken. Like literally, if I lock this door right now, I would, like, Amir seen me do it. I would have to take this whole little panel off, take this nail out, right? Move it, pull like a little rod looking thing, pull it forward, and then it'll basically like unlock. So now I can just use my passenger door for right now until I get that fixed. And I actually, before we started recording, I was actually looking at the nails that's holding the door panel together, because that's something I might do myself, because it doesn't look hard. And I found, it took me a while to find the parts, but Rock Auto has the passenger door handle, because if I go on Mitsubishi warehouse parts, this shit is non-existent and it's discontinued. So I'm just gonna get the part from Rock Auto and get that fixed. And yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's stage 0 on my car, and the things that are currently wrong with my car that you can see. Now, I have paperwork, literal paperwork on everything that's wrong with my car, right? Now, the things that you guys can't see, right? 6-cylinder tune-up, emission service kit, cooling system service, brake fluid service, transmission service, engine air filter, cabin air filter, outer tie rod end. The car needs an alignment. Front wiper motor repair, brake pads, I already said that. Front axle repair on the passenger CV, because the passenger side CV axle boot busted. Like it can still drive, but it's like busted open a little bit, and you want that changed immediately. The front stabilizer link, that's something else. Question is now, why is that important to have a stage 0 phase? So now, why is a stage 0 phase important? Well, this is the life of your car before you got it. So because obviously I had the previous owner, this car had, I think before me, I believe it had 2 owners, and for the most part it was taken care of pretty well until like the dealership got in, just sat, and then there's so much stuff just started happening with it. Cool, whatever, things happen, no biggie. But it's important because 1, it prolongs the life of your car, and 2, you already know what's wrong with it, and you know, if you have the knowledge to fix it, you know how to do that. If you don't, you can take it to somebody. But you always should know what condition your car is in when owning one, really. So like my biggest concern right now is my engine, because it's leaking and I need a new valve cover gasket. That's my biggest concern. But now after that, it's basically like bits and pieces, and getting the rod fixed and getting everything else done now, because I got the service done, tire rotation, new tires, and that's kind of basically what else I got done? I got my door looked at, and I got this light looked at, so that's kind of like in there too. But I also got the report too. Make sure you get stuff like that so you know what's going on with your car. Oh snap. That boy drifted like fuck. Stage 0, get your maintenance done, helps prolong the life of the car, helps you understand what's going on with the vehicle, and it helps you also understand if you want to sell it. Like, if you're a person that like to flip cars, you know what you got to do to make this car pristine and up the value on it. Because if you sell someone a boo-boo car, they're liable to do some things to you. Listen, I was pissed when I found all this shit out about this car, but I mean, I got the title to it now, so it's like, I know I can take it back, but like, still, at the end of the day, I'm just like, you know, I don't want to, because I worked so hard for this baby, and I don't mind putting money into it, so it is what it is. So yeah, make sure you guys always have a time and a phase where you focus on that stage 0, so it don't come back and bite you in the ass. Subscribe.